You mentioned or you described for us how Iran was negotiating with the United States in good faith and how this surprise attack on Iran destroyed trust and possibly ruined the potential for further negotiations. Was that one of the purposes of this attack to end the negotiations and to further hostility between Iran and the US and Israel?
Without a doubt, the Zionist lobby and the neocons in the United States, they're the ones in charge. They're the ones who dictate US foreign policy. And they're the ones who pushed the United States towards war with Iran in order to prevent any form of rapprochement in future, and in order to create death and destruction, and to push the two countries towards a long-term war. There's no doubt about that. Those people who, Zionists and the neocons in the United States, they are not people who care for the interests of the United States. They care for the interests of the Israeli regime, first and foremost. And we see just how Trump himself has has been praising Netanyahu, this genocidal monster who, as we speak, is slaughtering women and children. Every day he's slaughtering women and children. And over the past few weeks, as we all know, he has a new way of killing children and women and men. And that is drawing them into so-called zones where they have, or areas where they have aid, and then gunning them down. Bringing people into areas where they have food, and then gunning them down every single day. And you're not going to see this on CNN or Fox News. Every now and then there'll be something somewhere, just so that some of these media outlets could pretend that they have some sense of decency. But the reality is that Western media, they are controlled. It's controlled. It's no different from the Soviet Union of the 1980s or the 1970s or the 1960s. It's just more cleverly put together. The news and the way the information is. You'll see people having discussions on television. One says bomb the country, the other says sanction the country, the third says they're evil, but we have to find a different way. The narrative is always controlled, very well controlled. And if every now and then someone like me, after every few, it's very interesting. During the 12 days of war, we didn't have anyone from Iran on CNN or on MSNBC or on Fox News. On a couple of occasions, I was invited on Sky News. Once I didn't have an internet connection because they slowed it down due to the cyber attacks. Um, on, but I'd never been on any Western mainstream media outlet during this period. You'd think that the evil side would have some, some voice, even token voice, but this is becoming increasingly one-sided. In the past, they would have token voices every now and then, but now even that's not really the case anymore. But of course, after Gaza, I think we should have zero expectations of Western media, mainstream media, legacy media, and our only hopes can be pinned on people in the alternative media and activists, mostly young. They're the ones who I think have been creating awareness. Young university students, young people across the West and across the world, Jews, Muslims, Christians, Hindus, all of them, I think they're the ones who are the driving force that are bringing about huge change in perceptions about the role of the Zionist lobby and the neocons.